Welcome back to another episode of War Selection Free for All. This time, you're gonna see two things. One, you're gonna see some people that recognize me, and you're also gonna see me just ignore everyone for the longest time, and then come in and just wipe everyone the last minute. Well, let me rephrase that. I don't actually wipe everyone last minute, but I make sure that some people can't recover from their their fight, and also I protect someone. Anyway, so first thing I do is I debate. Okay, so I debate on where I'm gonna go and stuff. At first, I just thought I just spear rush because I thought someone was up here. There was no one up there. It turns out I should turn on territory because there was like everyone was down here to my south, so that was good. Plus, I had a very strong start. I had a nice tree line, tree line here. I had a whole pond to myself. Now, I do get a bunch of spearmen to clear out the wild animals, and so I basically say, okay, I'm not going to attack anyone yet, but I do need to clear out these wild animals because there is a lot of wild animals, like a whole lot. I don't know if you can see it on the map, but there's so many wild animals here, and I just can't, I can't handle it. I can't have that going on. So anyway, so I start clearing wild animals. Meanwhile, these guys are over here. Red is over here, clear out wild animals. Purple is building a wall. He's just, pretty good for right now. Now, something I realized is that people are the more and more I record, I realize that people recognize me. I'm sorry, that people are recognizing me more and more, and also they're stealing some of my, I would say, tactics, but they're stealing some ideas. So you're gonna see some people, like, I noticed that whenever I go France, I'm sorry. Whenever I started recording those French videos, I noticed that people were there was a slightly more people going France than normal. And also, I also realized that when I play this country a lot, and I talk about this country, then people will start playing this country more and start using some of the units. Now, they don't follow the tactics to a T, but they do utilize some of the troops. And did you see these horses jibbing out? So anyway, we have, this guy, we have Red over here. Now Red is going to be, he was a pain in my ass, I'll tell you that much. I mean, yeah, pretty much. So anyway, besides that, so I immediately take the Spearman, I go attack Blue, because Blue doesn't have anything, as you can see. I attack Blue, kill off his units, do everything, and then he quits. Meanwhile, at the same time, something that was funny that happened was that Purple actually came and attacked around the same time I was attacking. You see right here. Purple attacked. So I didn't even know he did attack. I just attacked with my pikes. So I kind of helped Purple in this situation so he's not on two fronts. Meanwhile, I know Red does later on attack Orange. Where's his troops? I don't see them actually. I don't know when he. I know he does. Oh, here's some of small way right here. But something what Purple should have done is he should have taken these cavalry and then went immediately in and attacked Red. He should have taken the cavalry, attacked Red, and aimed for all these workers that were here by themselves. He had a ton of cavalry to do this too. A lot of cavalry. He just doesn't attack with them. Meanwhile, I just build up. Literally, this entire situation, I'm just building up slowly. Slowly. So slowly. You see Red attacks. Slowly. Does Orange just let him kill him? orange is literally let this guy kill them. Let red kill him. That was kind of pathetic, honestly. Oh, sweet. Okay, so you did see something here. So, oh yeah, so there was something that happened here. This guy, purple, finally attacked with chariots. He destroyed a workshop, but that didn't help him. And then he went and attacked with some onagers. Now, I thought the onagers were a good idea, but he didn't have enough, as you can see, he doesn't have enough support for the onagers. And see, they immediately just got targeted by the longbowmen. And while they did do some serious damage, there wasn't enough protection for the onagers. And see, purple immediately rushed to rebuild the wall. Red could have gone in this situation, but he didn't. Meanwhile, I come over here, I get some tack ships. I just want to clear out the coast, honestly. I just want to clear out all this area, this area. So I can get my fishing boats in. So anyway, nothing happens for the most part, but finally red comes in. Red goes in. He loses a lot of... Look at these onagers, man. Holy crap. He just wiped so many in just a single shot. Onagers really have been buffed so much, and they're amazing now. They're like an amazing siege unit. Like, you can't play Western Europe and not have an onager. Because they're just so good now. Oh yeah, right here, I also built some walls, because I realized I'm in a very mountainous terrain. Incredibly mountainous. So I was like, okay, I'm going to build some walls here, you know, get some choke points up, protect myself a little bit more just in case. And I just let purple and red attack each other. Now, something you have to realize when it comes to when fighting free-for-all, let your enemies fight. If they are really close to each other, let them fight. You have to let them fight. Maybe because it weakens them and empowers you. So as you see, I'm by myself. I'm already India. Now this guy makes it to actually Britain at the same exact time I made it to India, despite me not having to do anything, deal with anything. But then again, this guy didn't build that much. Like, he built probably the same amount of units I did early on. Like, he was rarely attacked. Like, purple rarely attacked him, except for like a couple times. Then again, I spent, you know, most of my time doing nothing. I think honestly is me, like, I didn't have enough workers. I think that's the problem was. I don't remember what my problem was. I just remembered, like, I spent way too long in getting to industrial. I spent way too. I think it was medieval. I spent way too long in just waiting, taking my time when I could have made it to industrial way faster. You see, it is 30 minutes. So that's the average time to get to industrial. But I still think I spent way too much time. Oh yeah, I also built a bunch of elephants. Oh yeah, I remember now. That's what killed my economy that one time. Or I'm sorry, not my economy, my population. I got some elephants because my plan was to just basically rush. Not purple, red? Well, maybe purple. One of the two. I'd planned to rush someone. But that didn't happen. So we're skip time. Oh, I hear. So purple goes in to fight with some crusaders. Goes in with houses, so just, you know, destroying stuff. But as you see, you're gonna see a huge problem here. Red went Britain, and he already has some submachine gunners up. As he tries to go, you know, purple goes for this workshop to try to destroy it. To try to get, you know, a opportunistic hit. And he also goes for this house. So I think he destroys it. Yep, he destroys it. some lucky attacks, and really it was not worth it. But to be honest, that was probably the best he could have done with those units, because if this guy's already Britain and he already has, you know, medieval troops, then yeah, there's no helping him. There's no helping whatever units he has. Now this guy does also go get France shortly after. Oh no, I know he does soon. Right here. Yep, you got it right now. I'm noticing this guy actually has a lot of workers on gathering metal, and not that many gathering wood. See, let's check out his resources, actually. Yeah, they're doing pretty fine. He doesn't have that many gathering food, but he just has enough to gather food. He should have built some docks here. Get some fish. Not many workers indeed. Meanwhile, this guy is, you know, already getting some tractors, which is good for him. Now you're gonna see something interesting that happens. So Red comes up with his machine gunners and immediately clears out this entire area. Now at first, you know, I was wondering why he did this, because I also have some attack ships here trying to destroy an area, because I want to make an coastline, like a coastal area. But he comes in and like takes all the resources here later, because that's what his whole plan was. Red's plan was to gather all the resources here, and I just realized Purple has a ton of workers here. Honestly, it's smart of him, because, you know, it's far away, nice tree line. I'm not gonna bug him. I could have. Didn't. Anyway, Purple gets some cannons, some rangers too, some good rangers. Yep, rangers are very important in this situation. They're probably way better than soldiers. But then again, I feel like soldiers would probably have been better just because they were a lot cheaper. And the rangers are just gonna be mowed down, and because mowed down. You see, he's doing a lot of damage, but there's not enough rangers. If he had probably an equal amount, he probably could have done a lot more. But he only killed around 3 units. Also, he killed a bunch with the cannons here. 3. Now you're gonna see something interesting. I actually saved Purple on accident, because I don't intend to, but I do. You're gonna see. So I know Red made it to industrial first, and had a lot more industrial might than Purple did. I knew this. I knew Purple got industrial too, but he didn't have as much in terms of industrial might. So I was like, okay, I can't allow this. I need to shift the balance of power in Purple's favor. So I come into attack with basically everything I had. I immediately attack with some skicks, some six, some pikemen to soak up the damage, and then I immediately come in with elephants, and I just come in and I just mow down. Now I know, okay, so you're gonna see something interesting. So I immediately swap these elephant rammers to come and attack these machine gunners, because I don't believe the elephants are gonna make it. Because I wanted to rush them in, try to destroy as many structures as possible, but I never believed they're going to make it. As you see, they suffer a lot of damage in the process, so it really wasn't worth it. Now, something that was good is the fact that, one, I destroyed a warehouse that wasn't useful, but I killed a lot of his units, like a lot. I killed all his submachine gunners and howitzers, and I basically gave Purple enough time to not only get a howitzer of himself, but also get an army of rangers. This helped Purple so much more than I thought it would. It gave Purple just enough time to make the proper units. Now, I also get attacked by C from Red. Red wants revenge over what happened. So he comes and destroys all my fish. He starts trying to destroy my fish boats. Now, luckily, this had a nice little coast, so I immediately brought my machine gun elephants here. I just immediately destroyed all of his boats. Now when I realized this, I was like, okay, so Red wants to party. It wasn't good enough to him to just leave me alone after I murdered his army and denied him purple. He had to come attack my fishing boats. And although he only destroyed, 2 actual fishing boats and a bunch of the weaker ones that I was planning on deleting anyways, it just wasn't enough for him. He had to take it a step further. And, come in here. So I was like, that's not going to happen. That's not going to fly, Red. So I immediately started playing my revenge, but revenge took way too long. I'm going to tell you that right now. Revenge took way too fucking long in this situation. So I see, right now it's, there's no battling going on. It's pretty cold. It's giving purple just enough time. He should be building way more units, which he does do. He builds French tanks. Meanwhile, I also built the Fury of bunch of Fury of Durgos. Now, the reason I built so many Fury of Durgos is because I just wanted to mess around. I didn't realize how serious this fight was going to be. For me, at least. So you see red attacks again against purple. And this time it's really good for purple because purple is given enough time. He destroys his wall, which I don't know why he didn't just go through this gap, but okay. But purple has French tanks now, which serves him very, very well. Downside is red does get some, I think he gets an IR2 right now, and gets some anti-tank rifles. Meanwhile, I was attacking with bombers. I don't remember what I attacked, honestly. I attacked something. I think I attacked these workers with bombers. Anyway, I got an Air Force up right here. Okay. We'll follow this plane and see where it goes. Oh, yeah. I also went in for another attack. He goes, question mark? So I got, okay, I'm going to show this up. I got a bunch of Fury of Durgas. And I just immediately just spam tigers out. And I just mauled him. I just mauled him with the tigers. Look at all the tigers. Now, unfortunately, some of the Fury of Durgas don't survive, but it's okay. I just mauled. Look, the entire army just gone from tigers. I immediately take, tigers and just went in for the kill. Look at that. Look at the tigers. His anti-tank, there's his anti-tank rifles. They stand no chance against these tigers. Although they all died. Their timer expired in the end, unfortunately. So I take some elephants and I start coming up here because I wanted to kill off some of their workers, but I immediately swapped over because I didn't think they were all the way up here because I couldn't see that far. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna ruin his food eco. And okay, look, you see in chat, he goes, question mark, what? He isn't going for you. Guess not. And again, the reason is because one, he attacked my fishing boats, and I wasn't having it. He's lucky, I guess. It wasn't luck. It was more the fact that he got in. So if you see his video, which you 100% probably will, the reason is because he attacked my fishing boats, and also because he made it to industrial before you. So again, you see red. He's not having it either, and he comes in and starts attacking my docks here, which I wasn't having that. But yeah, I also got some product placement in there. And look, he goes, oh yeah, I also got a submarine. So I never use a submarine, but yeah. And he says, I just watched your vid today. I was like, oh yeah, he's watched my vid. Probably should have killed him, but who cares? Anyway, I got some submarines. And they worked amazing, honestly. I love the submarines, man. They don't do as much damage as I thought they did, but only 420 damage. Okay, that's not that bad. 420, better than torpedo boat, but honestly, I still think they should have done way more. So I'm dealing with red over here. My plan was to attack, but I also got some steamboats. Now the reason I got steamboats is because I had planned to do a landing. I wasn't gonna walk the distance because he'll know, But if I land right here on the shoreline where all his workers are, that might just be enough. However, unfortunately for me, you know, we have Purple over here planning his betrayal. I even offer to protect him too. But anyway, besides the point, we'll get to that later. I immediately start getting a bunch of my bombers. I start doing air raids on red. Now I love. Okay, so not many people do use aircrafts because it costs a lot. You know, you have to be constantly paying attention to them, etc., etc. But if you have the opportunity, using air power is actually incredibly useful because it's not so much as, what's the word for it? It's not effective, but it does. It can tip the scales. Because again, I destroyed some docks. That's not gonna destroying some docks isn't gonna make a difference for him. Because he's not fighting at sea, he's fighting mainly on land. But it does give me time to actually build up and protects my steamboats. So it does tip the scales in the situation because as long as I can have control of the sea, I won't be suffering later down the line. And I see, in chat he says, a lot of cars tank things. I think he was talking about my wheel tanks. And I just come in. And also, okay, look at this. I say mission objective protect lake. But then as soon as I do that, look at this. Watch this. He's gonna mobilize, but he doesn't do it just yet. Right here. Okay, right here. Look, he comes and attacks me. I come in with wheel tanks and also get some Fury of Durgas. I think I just dropped them. I think they've only I don't remember how many make it. Only two make it? Yeah. Only one actually technically made it. But I used the Tigers to attack, which was amazing. But look at this. He comes and betrays me. He kills my workers. Like, this is my only metal mine that I have left. Gathering metal from. And he comes and just betrays me like this. He comes and attacks. I could not believe the audacity of Purple. After everything I did for you, Purple, you gotta do this to me. You thought that you can claim the glory of the kill, of killing wolves of war. You thought you had the chance to not only save yourself but end me. I even say, why are you going after me? I'm so shocked at this attack. Why would he betray me like this? Chat, why? Why would he betray me? I didn't deserve this. He would betray me. I should have left you for the rats. Look at this. Red has tank destroyers. Those tank destroyers right here, they could have not only destroyed all these French tanks. They could have not only destroyed all those French tanks, but they could have, what's the word for it? Pushed them back. Dude, those anti-tanks are OP. Look at these, look at these anti-tanks, man. They're just destroying these French. Like, honest to God, look at that. Boom, look at that again. Some of these are like, the reason he failed is because he doesn't have enough, but my God, he also has some tank destroyers, and those tank destroyers, again, they'll just tear through these tanks. Britain has a lot of anti-armor units. I realize that. A lot of Britain's units are anti-armor. That's something I want to check out, actually. Okay, he doesn't have a lot of metal. He has a lot of resources, though. Meanwhile, I'm just rolling the resources. So I don't have any main plus spells. Okay. Anyway, so red comes in. Purple tries to go in, and tries to destroy the barracks. I don't understand the point of destroying the barracks. I guess to stop the anti-tanks. I would have went for the factories instead, but okay. Because these tank destroyers are worse. Oh yeah, so Red... Red asked, what is your video going to be called? I think he's talking about this one I'm recording. I think so. But I tell them the one tonight is called Protect the Monkey. And that's the one you probably, that's already been, that was from last week. Thursday, I believe, or was it Friday? I don't remember. But anyway, that has, yeah, then the one tonight is going to be called Protect the Monkey. I don't know what I'm going to name this one yet. I'm probably going to name it, you know, The Betrayal, or Attempted Betrayal. Speaking of which, I don't realize this, but he actually tries. Oh, so so he doesn't quit. Goes, you know. Wait, damn it! This is not fair if he's new though. I have 900 hours. Obviously not. If you had 900 hours, you would have immediately just figured out how to deal with these Frenchies. So he goes straight for the wonder, or straight for the temple. Yeah, I say yes, and. Oh, he only says GG because of that. Oh, you know what's funny? I thought he went GG because I landed on his shoreline. And the rest is Donnie done MMO the other way? No way, see wrong with it. He thinks Donnie does MMO? I mean, thank you. Thank you very much for thinking Donnie does MMO. Anyway, so I changed my mission objective. My new mission objective is to kill Lake. He says, no, please. Yeah, I'm killing you. There's no... He said, I did you a favor. The favor was betraying me. That was his favor. He would have 100% just killed me had I not prepared. Now he comes in. I could have went in with the wheel tanks, but these French tanks. Okay, I just want to show you something, Great Hill, real quick. So I let these French tanks just go in. I'm sorry. The wheel tanks just go in and just do their own thing. But look how long these French tanks. I'm sorry. These wheel tanks last. They just don't die. And this is a testament to wheel. Like, look how many more. Like, he had so many more French tanks, and look how many I'm killing compared to him. He's barely, like, he's doing a lot of damage, but he's only doing it from sheer numbers. Like, it's taking forever for these wheel tanks to die. This just proves how good wheel tanks are in comparison to Frenchmen. Now, I will say though that some of these French tanks are very, very wounded from dealing with red. So, actually, let's check out their armor. 33, 30, 70 damage, and then this is 90 damage. So yeah, wheel tanks are way, way better than French ones. Anyway, he says, you know, what about Protect Lake? I said, to be fair, you killed my outside workers and they need to be avenged. And that's true. These workers needed to be avenged. But I trusted you. Yeah, well, you should have thought about that before you sent those French tanks at me. But look, they're still alive. They're not dying. So yeah, like wheel tanks can't be killed by French. Look at these. Look, there's only 3 of them left, and look, he has way more, and they're just not dying. Like it takes so. Look how many more French tanks he has to bring in just to take down these wheel tanks. Look at this. One has 5. We both have 5 kills. Look how many he had to bring in. Look how many tanks he had to bring in just to destroy mine. And meanwhile, my machine gunners are still just chilling here. I don't know what they're shooting. Oh yeah, they're shooting at these guys. Anyway, besides that, so as soon as this guy literally finished killing my units, I literally just brought my entire army back. I even filled these boats up with nothing but wheeled tanks and elephants before I just let them go through the gate because I was being blocked. And as a final assault, I literally just sent my remaining of my bombers to go in. Should have some of my elephants here, honestly. Now he does have some farm-ins, but it's way too late. Look at this. Immediately, I just bombed the hell out of him. Boom! Look at that. And also, I go in and destroy these airfields because these farmers are probably the only thing that can probably destroy my wheeled tanks effectively. Now they can only drop one bomb, but they can just immediately, like how close I am and such, they can immediately just drop, land, come back, and then reload real fast because it takes a little bit of time. And you see, they immediately just went out the air when I destroyed the airports. I see it right here again. I send my wheel tanks way too easily. He's just out of everything, GG. Let's check if that's true. He's out of food and out of metal and a lot of wood. He should have built a... Oh no, he couldn't have built a farm here. He should have built a warehouse here. Got this... So that has some metal. Probably use. Yeah, this is GG for him, honestly. And also, I said, to be fair, to be honest, I just waited for the longest time for both of you to kill each other. And to be fair, I wanted to just wait until one of them died and then come and finish the last. But I was like, you know what? I want to build up my army, so I want to tip the scale. So I constantly sent raids at red. Small raids that were practically ineffective, but they did do, they annoyed red enough. He's just so confused. I said, because then, yeah, right here. Because then I had to deal with red, who was more powerful, and that was true. Red was way more powerful than you were. Like, I ain't dealing with a frickin' Brit. Red was coming for me, that's why I backed off you. I would have killed you though. No, you wouldn't have. You wouldn't have not been able to kill me. Even if I didn't have walls and he went straight to my temple, I would immediately pull back all my workers. And because I was also in the process of building wheel tanks, and I also had some wheel tanks already set. Not that many, not in comparison to your French tanks. You could have, completely overran me. But I would have survived in the end. And plus, I wasn't 100% scared of purple attacking me, because it was right here. I said I saw, but I knew you would have to go back and red push you, so I wasn't worried. That was 100% true. Red is constantly attacking purple. Why would purple waste time attacking me if he knows that if he doesn't pull back, he's going to die? He goes full show. Yeah, I knew 100% that purple was not gonna be able to attack me. I also got Wonder just because I knew I was gonna win. Look at, like, this guy's already dead. That's the only time you're allowed to get Wonder, is if you're basically won. If you 100% won, like, there's no losing for you. He says it's time to die, and as soon as he says never, the temple collapsed, which I found was funny. I say yes, GG. Now, honestly, I just spent the longest time doing nothing. And that was true. I spent the longest time. I even got, look at all this stuff I have. Just waiting for these guys to kill each other, just so they can get weak enough. And so got to try mass light tanks on France. Now you're gonna see in the next video, mass light tank, like mass light tanks, is practically worthless. Now it's very no okay. French tanks, uh, is working against red for the most part. That's true because the red had anti tank and he had tank destroyers, which are good for countering French, but he didn't have enough of them. And as you saw in here, there was a lot of French tanks coming in. He immediately killed the anti tanks, and then he just bypassed tank destroyers. Now the tank destroyers really good against armored units. So is the anti tanks, but he had Purple had way more of them, and honestly, Red should have gotten more barracks, more factories up, like Purple did. Purple got all the factories that he needed up to spam out the French tanks. Red, however, did not. Now, had Red had about more anti-tank guns, yeah, Purple would have never been able to even touch him. Red should have also, I think one of the main problems he had was he's too busy focusing me, as he had torpedo boat, a bunch of machine gun trawlers, and a bunch of, had a bunch of dogs, which he didn't need. Oh, he was building more barracks here, but it was far too late for him to do anything. He should have immediately had some workers on standby for his temple when those French tanks attacked, and then focus hard on defending himself. He has some machine gunners and a lot of anti-tank rifles that he was still probably spawning out, but it was just Red had a chance and he blew it basically. But then again, to be fair to Red, I don't think he expected me to attack him, and the fact that I attacked him so many times and disrupted his operations so many times. I killed so many of his workers, and especially when I landed troops. And even if Red did everything correctly, like when he came to being attacked his temple, as soon as I landed troops here and then murdered all his workers that were right here, there was no helping Red. Like, he would have just immediately fell. I think it was a problem Red suffered from was the fact that I kept launching raids at him, because I saw him as the biggest threat. Purple, however, he surprised me. No doubt about that. Purple surprised me. But I think what Purple did wrong was the fact that he didn't put enough into the early game pressure. The only reason he survived like so many times is because I came in and helped him. Like at the beginning, I used to do the machine gunners. I came in with my with my elephants, wiped Red's army, gave Purple a chance, and then Red attacked again, came with my Durgas, and wiped his army again. So each time I defeated Red for Purple, giving Purple enough time. But I think Purple spent way too much time in basically building these French tanks, and instead of like focusing on not only defense, but also he pulled back units. He attacked with certain units he shouldn't have. Like, for example, the catapults and chariots. Purple, you see this lake? You need to have something to defend your armor. You have to have something to defend your armor, because if you don't have anything to defend your armor, then your armor is just going to be torn apart. And your siege equipment, like your siege and armor, you need something to protect it. Because you saw had I not come in multiple times, you would have been just gone. There was no helping you in the situation. But however, you were incredibly smart at building up these factories and spamming out the French tanks as fast as you could. When I saved it, you did react well to it. Like, you saw a chance and you took it. And it really did pull through. Now I do feel bad for Red because he didn't have a chance. Like I'm saying, he had a chance. He had multiple chances, but I just came in and fucked with him so many times. Oh my gosh, yeah, there was Red. I'm sorry, but I saw you as the bigger threat. Now, real quick before I end this video off, when in a free-for-all match, pick the target you think is the most threatening to you, and you want to attack that target. If you constantly go back and forth, if you constantly, attack, one person, and then this person will get too strong, and then so you go attack this person. No, you don't really want to do that. You don't really want to tip the scales too much, because if you constantly do a balancing act between the two, they're eventually going to be pissed off, not attack each other, and they're just going to go straight for you. So you really have to find the one that's most threatening, take them out, then immediately go for the next target. And in this case it was purple, and I just realized my mouse died. So you immediately want to go for purple. I'm sorry, immediately want to go for the next target. You have to take out the two targets that are most threatening to you, and it's mainly the ones that are closer to you, but also the ones that probably have the most power in comparison to you. So you want to, for example, I had this guy, or well, who was it? Blue was here. He was more threatening. He was more threatening because he was closer. So I immediately took him out. Then Red, despite him being farther, he was more threatening because if I didn't take out Red, Purple would eventually just fell, and then Red would be too powerful because he still would have had his army. Whereas I took out his army, took out his capabilities, thus giving Purple enough time to build up and then finish off Red for me, so I didn't have to take out Red. And then I immediately just turned on Purple while he was still weakened from fighting Red. So you have to pick your targets carefully, but you also have to make sure you don't let someone get too powerful. So if you notice that the closest, the ones that seem threatening to you are actually not, and they're actually being constantly attacked by someone who is more threatening, then you want to take out the one who's more threatening, because if they survive and they still had a strong economy, then they're coming after you next. Now the way you do that is basically just go target their economy, weaken their economy to a point where they just can't function properly, because you're constantly doing, like, as you see when I did planes, I was using air raids against Red, and also because Red was focusing so much at sea, I then was like, you know what, let him keep going at me at sea, I'm gonna keep fending it off. And so Red was focusing so much of his attention on two targets instead of just taking out just taking out Purple once and for all. So Purple, so Red, I'm sorry, but I won't say you deserve it. You didn't really deserve it. Purple deserved it more. Honestly, I should have killed Purple first, just for trying to betray me like that. Ugh, trying to steal the glory of putting my head on a pike. What do you think you were doing, Lake? You really thought it was a good idea to attack me? That's what happens when you attack me. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and I'll see you all next time.